you that too, right? Yeah. So, I may have a problem. So, what you're looking at, oh, is 374 books at last count. And that doesn't really take into account, I don't think, anything of the last couple months. Why are you so unsure about that, Nuggy? Listen, I've been so bad about scanning in new books. Kind of an issue. But it's fine. That's what we're here to do today. Because me and my fiance are going to be moving within the next 6 months. And obviously, these bad boys aren't staying here. So, what we're going to do is we're going to decide what we're going to keep, what we're going to give away, what we're going to give to a friend, everything. And I know you see some problematic authors on the shelf. And you may be asking yourself, well, Nuggy, why are they still on your shelf? Listen. I am not somebody who is going to simply get rid of something after I buy it unless I just don't have a use. So everything you are seeing on these shelves was bought before I knew these were problematic authors. Okay? I'm just not going to get rid of them because they already have my money. So keep that in mind. And no, I'm not going to advertise them, by the way. They are just there. So, I've got a scanner and I've got time. Let's fucking do this, bro. Hi. We're at my computer. I haven't used this thing in God knows how long, but that's okay. We're going to be using her to scan all these in because I would use my phone, but a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do, and I really don't want to do that on my phone. So, at one point or another, I was influenced to buy a scanner. Yes, I know. So we're going to just be putting her to work. And what better place to start than the books I just recently purchased and got. So this is First Down by Grace Riley. I read this in 2024, actually, while I was in Texas for my granny's funeral. This was a very great distraction. But she does not have a barcode, unfortunately. And before you ask, Nuggy, what is that? That was the sticker from Happy Sack. So because we do not have a thing, I have to. Oh my god, there's so many versions of this. I gotta find the ISBN and input it. And for those of you who are asking, Nuggy, what are you using to scan all these in? I'm using a site called Libib, and I have been since I first started my bookkeeping. Motherfucker! It does really well with bookkeeping. You can also put in board games, movies, music, and video games. So, and I would scan this one in, but it's an ARC. So it's going to tell me no. Which, by the way, if you've seen my Instagram, she was the one that sent me the really cute Street Team package with the 2 prints. Her and Alex Kensington did. And I love them both. Just saying. Let's go get some more books. Okay. This is where my problem lies. I don't have rules for this. And also, I had to get a cardigan because it's kind of cold in my house. I don't want to hear it. Anyway, I don't have rules as to what I'm going to give away. As somebody who genuinely does not like getting rid of stuff, like to a degree, I'm not a hoarder. But like, it is so hard for me to get rid of books. So I don't have any rules for this because, and before you're like, well, why don't you just do the 6-month rule? We're in June, my guys. Any one of these I could read within the next 6 months. So this is just going to be a vibe. It's going to be a vibe, and I just have to suck it up and deal with it. I did try to go through a shelf, but here we are. I am getting rid. So far, I have 4 books that I'm giving away. 3 of them belong to a series that I do not have the first or the last book to. And I tried picking up the first one. I just couldn't pick it up. Like, I tried reading it, and then, like, I just could not find the will to pick it up afterwards. So, and one of my friends recently got the whole series. So, if anything, I can just borrow from her. And then the last one is a book that I bought, but I haven't looked at it in a while. It's a soccer romance. If anything, I'll probably just get it on Kindle. Now, these. If anybody who knows me knows I am a Square Enix bitch. Okay? Quite literally, Final Fantasy. Big fan. Right here. Where does that tie in, by the way? Because Square Enix distributed these. It's called My Happy Marriage. It's a manga. It's a Cinderella-inspired, slow-burn historical romance with a paranormal twist. Netflix at least had them. I don't know if they still do, but they had them. Or they had, like, the animation. Or the anime, right? And I know there's more. Square Enix. I know there's more. Please give me the English versions. Please. Please. So we're keeping these. The next thing I think I'm going to keep for sure is the Red Queen series. Now, I actually have not read the series. But Mac, our good friend Mac, is reading this for the first time. And quite honestly, I'm going to as well. Have I talked to her about that? No. But, like, eventually when I get through all my arcs and I can tackle my TBR, this is get high on the list. Hello from Here. This was a book that I picked up, and I was like, you know what? That sounds interesting. I don't remember the rating I gave it because I have read it. Insert screenshot of said rating. I don't remember the rating I gave it, but it was alright. It was just about these 2 people in COVID. As lockdown was happening. So genuinely, I'm okay. It got its love from me. The cover is really fucking pretty. I will give it that. But I've read it. I haven't thought about it. Legends and Lattes is also another one that I have read, but I'm keeping this one simply for the sole fact that it's D&D and Sapphic person. My Tessa Bailey's. Miss Ma'am writes really good romance. To be honest, I think I've read these two, It Happened One Summer and Hook, Line, and Sinker. Both of these were relatively good, I will say. So I believe I'm going to be keeping Miss Tessa Bailey. And with that in mind, I'm going to go through the rest of this. Okay. That's not even halfway, and I feel so accomplished already. Like, I have about 3.5 piles over there of just purely like, okay, we're going to get rid of them. So essentially, to walk you through the process here, I have decided that if it's mismatching, it's going, because I want for it to match. Like, for instance, Good Girls Guide to Murder. I have technically all 3 of these. However, one of them is a hardback, and it pisses me off. So we're just going to solve the problem. And eventually, I will get more. Or I will get the second one in paperback. I am a paperback bitch, okay? But that is not the case with some other ones like this. I really loved this book when I read it. However, I got this book, and obviously it's a hardback, but it's signed. And I'm not gonna get rid of it. No. So that's essentially what's kind of happening here. Yeah, that's really all I have to say for myself. That's really all I have to say for myself. Okay. I've gotten that much done, which doesn't seem like a lot. But when you count in all of that over there and that, according to Libib, that's 67 books. And I said I would start with 2 totes. So either I need to get better at packing. Oh dear God. So, to give you a little glimpse, also that's my final. So this is how it, and I've quite literally got all of that. But that's what we've got so far, apparently. So, and I've got all that left. This is gonna take some time. Okay. I have that motherfucker all packed up, and that is tote number 2. That's the progress we've got on the shelf so far. One is empty, and then the other two are like half full, which I feel like is progress. However, for our count, Libib puts it at 149. So, there is our stack over there of what I'm not going to keep. And hopefully these books find good homes. But this is where I'm going to kind of finish for the night. So I'm kind of desperately hoping that the rest of these will fit in the remaining 3 totes that we bought. If not, I will concede I have a problem. But, I mean, it's not necessarily a problem because there are people who do have, like, thick-ass libraries. And I know it's just a bitch to move. So, this is where we're going to end day 1. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay. Hi. Hello. This is where we're sitting. I have put a couple more over here. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to put my hardbacks at the bottom. Cause yeah. I probably just said that. But this is day 2. I've got 3 totes left. I think I can get it done. We're gonna hope. So to give a little insight as to how my day 2 has been, I was trying to edit our first video for the podcast. And if you don't know, that is a project that me and my friend Mac are doing. Although I'm pretty sure I've been like hounding him from the heavens at this point. However, this is not fitting the way that I want it to, and it's bothering me. But I was trying to edit our video from Sunday because we went to like 3 indie bookstores, and I recorded a YouTube video for it. She's doing the actual like TikTok and Instagram stuff, like the posting it for those places. But I recorded it, and I spent a lot of time today editing that. And then CapCut said, you know what? Go fuck yourself. So, that's why I'm kind of hoping this works out for me today. Because, like, I need a win. Because if I'm going to have to sit there and re-edit that shit, give me a win. Please, please, please. But I think we're making pretty good progress. As long as I continue to pack like I know what I'm doing, we should be fine. But this is me we're talking about. Also, some of the covers that Libib has for these books is wild. Because some of these have had like 4 or 5 different cover reiterations, right? And it's just a little weird to see like the old ones. Also, I forgot I had this book. Oopsies. But yeah, that's essentially where we're at with this. I wonder, can I like shift you to the middle? Does that work? There's this just giant hole. And I really don't want to kind of go through the issue of like resetting it. So, yeah. Okay. That was the last book of my shelf. So, that's what my shelves look like now. That one book belongs to my mother-in-law. So obviously it's not going to go into the list. I fucking lied. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot about the little shelf hiding underneath the beanbags. One moment. Okay, I'm on my last 2. Coincidentally, both of them belong to Final Fantasy. I gotta find. Oh, fuck me. Do none of these have the... Okay, this one does. I gotta find the actual... So this one is the art to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Which, yes, Final Fantasy does have an MMO. It's fun. I like it. I just don't like to play by myself, which is the sad part. Final Fantasy XVI. Yep, and it's a hardcover. Okay. Now, I have gotten all my books. All of those, except for the one book from my mother-in-law. And proof I did fix. That is our giveaway pile. My friends will eventually be coming over to come collect. And then we got the rest of these filled with books. So, okay, we're gonna see how many. Oh. You know what? It's better than it was. In all actuality, that's like 20 books less than I thought it was going to be. Than what it was, actually. And this contains every single like special edition too, like deluxe or special edition. So truthfully, it's not that bad. It could be worse. But that is a lot of books. And it's going to be a bitch to get them all back on the shelf whenever I move. But it's done at least. So that's all I can really say. 354 books is the total at the end. And I'm pretty sure I may have missed a couple. But it's fine. So, with that being said, that is the conclusion of this video. And if you've watched this far, how many do you have on your shelf? Do you even know?